things that my husband and I have stuck up our butts. Me, nothing.
A lot of things, I guess.
A lot of things, I guess.
Golf clubs probably being the best thing, like literally what I use all the time. Range finders, golf tees, golf balls. I lose a lot of balls too because I literally have to get. Oh my gosh, Callaway needs to send me some more golf balls.
This is the enemy of America right here. This is it. This is the prime enemy.
This is a new trend that is happening on TikTok here where women are starting the video saying all the items that they've crammed up their bottoms and then cutting the camera and then off camera asking their husbands or their boyfriends what would be the best gift to get them for Christmas, and then they just start naming off these items not knowing that they're part of a humiliation ritual to post on TikTok so they can show all their friends that this guy loves shoving golf clubs up his ass. This is what women do on social media here. This is what women find fun. Okay, 3.7 million likes for this video here. All the women in the comments ragging this guy. Him unknowingly he's doing, or him not even knowing about the way she's humiliating him here. This happens all too often, and it's become so normalized on TikTok that it's, this is it. Just yet another way that women choose to embarrass the men they're with, and then these women realize why these men leave them. And then these women realize why these men choose to stay away from women is because of these humiliation rituals that these women like to put these men in.
So I had a guy yesterday ask me, or like hit, like, are any of your TikToks about like me? And I just had to laugh and say no, because how do you tell somebody like, oh, actually I've been grieving this same love for years now, and everything after is just like me reopening and repeating the wound. But also I guess this one is kind of about him now, so.
Now, don't worry, that's just a fancy doctor word for your brain is broken. Unfortunately, there's no field of medicine that deals with the brain.
This is so disgusting. A lot of guys don't even know this, but these women will be in love with the same men for decades, all the while just getting passed around on dating apps, or they're seeing different men that they're absolutely not interested in at all. They're not interested in these men, but they keep them around because they're paying for stuff, they're buying them dinners, they're giving them attention, but there's no love for these types of men. The only types of men these women actually care about are the men that have completely broken them and leave them crying on their couch every other day, crying on TikTok, begging, hopefully that man will see her TikTok begging for him, but he never sees it. He doesn't care. He's moved on. And these women choose to act this way. And they choose to post all their shit online, which is completely insane. And this is why I always say, if you see a woman that is posting stuff like this online about men and you're trying to get involved with her, you are wasting your time. She doesn't like you. She doesn't care about you. She's not posting about you. She could care less about your feelings. The only thing she cares about is trying to get back in the bed with whatever Chad had did her wrong the few years before.
Reminder that this is what someone with herpes looks like. Okay, so if you've been recently diagnosed with herpes, or you know someone who has it, or you're like freaking out a little bit, this is what it looks like to have herpes. It literally is the least big deal on the planet. I forget I have it every day of my life. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot I literally have HSV. Who the fuck cares, okay? I have gotten so many messages and DMs from girls, like, as I've told my herpes story, being like, thank God that my partner's making me feel so gross about it.
Completely a big deal. This is completely a big deal to any normal person. I'm sorry, but if I'm with a woman and she says something about her having herpes or gonorrhea, so any sort of transmitted disease that's transmitted by having a bunch of random dudes, bang her, then yeah, I'm going to have to quietly and politely get the fuck away from her, because that is completely insane. And can we not normalize STDs anymore, please? They're not normal. Okay, I know a lot of women have them, over 50-60% of women now have them from age of 21 to 85. But can we not normalize this? This isn't normal. Okay, getting passed around and getting loaded down with different diseases and basically being a science experiment isn't normal. Okay, this is how you get ARG, by the way. This is how you get ARG. And eventually we're going to have HRG. And nobody wants that.
Pinky fucking promise you, because I was there too. When I first got the diagnosis, thought my world was over. It's a few years later and I literally do not remember. I don't notice it at all, ever. But if you guys want any tips on how to manage it, I have lots of those. So just
I wonder how many times she forgot to mention it whenever she was laying in bed with someone. It's like, hey, you don't happen to have any transmittable STD diseases, do you there, lady? Oh, I absolutely forgot. Yeah, I have 9. You wore a condom though, right? I can't believe this shit. We need to stop normalizing this disgusting, at this point, dangerous. She is actively infecting people because she forgets she has all these diseases. So when she's laying up with these random dudes, that's the last thing she's worrying about, is passing off these diseases to someone else.
I don't see why men would be so excited to find a woman that they think is perfect. Like, wouldn't you want a woman who's not perfect and then see how she glows up when you enter her life, and then you can truly see that you've made her perfect?
No, absolutely not. A lot of men have seen this, and I've seen so many videos of men going through this. The last thing you want is a woman that is unhappy with herself getting in a relationship with you, because what is going to happen is she is going to use you as a jumping off point. She is going to use your attention. She's going to use your money and your validation to make herself feel better, to make herself look better. She is going to level up her life while she's with you. And then in the process, she's going to think to herself, this guy's below me now. It's time for me to monkey branch onto someone else because I raised my value while being with this guy. Every woman does this. She's with you. She uses you for your assets. She uses you for your validation and for the currency that you can give her, which is attention. And she makes herself whatever. A lot of times it's women that lose weight. A lot of times they'll get plastic surgery, whatever it is. And then whenever she's ready, she is going to use you as a jumping off point. She's going to monkey branch onto another dude that she thinks she can pull. And in the process, she'll cheat on you. She'll leave you. She will wreck. You know, if you have kids with her, she'll wreck the kids. She'll wreck the home. She'll wreck the kids. She will not let anything stand in the way of her new bad bitch happiness that she just found while she was with you. And now you're just holding her back. So yeah, men are definitely not doing this anymore.
About me is I'm not a gay man. I'm not a gay man. Do not expect me to do anything special to myself down there for you. Honestly, just like congratulations for having it in your face. Congratulations. And I've absolutely never had a man, a real man, complain about getting a free floss out of it.
The prime evil, mentally ill people, optics obsessed, virtue signaling, obnoxious, privileged Karens that will import every problem from the rest of the world into America to satisfy their suicidal empathy.
And here's something else that kind of disgusts me, lady. I don't know what type of men are. You look like you look like your pH balance is off. I'm just being completely honest. You look completely insane. Okay. And while you're waiting for the right man to worship it, every other normal guy is going to see that it's just nothing special. It's absolutely nothing special, especially if the way you're talking about yourself. I highly doubt that you keep it clean, that you regularly clean it, that you eat right. You obviously aren't doing something right because your skin is completely insane. That looks like there might be some sort of something coming up from the skin right there. Maybe some sort of a cold sore or something. I don't know. But that's herpes too. Okay, let's be real. That's also signs that this woman has been doing things with her mouth she probably shouldn't have been doing. And any man in his right mind would not even attempt to put his head down there. It's disgusting. Look disgusting. No man will want to be with you when you're talking about your body like this online. It is completely unacceptable for me. I don't know how any man can tolerate this, and no wonder you're single.
Arguably worst part of getting a divorce. I need to be touched. It's been way too long. I'm grumpy as hell. And it ain't gonna be just anyone. But damn.
That's actually narcissism disguised. And they will also manipulate, lie, and misrepresent every situation to avoid any accountability.
These are the types of women you really need to stay away from. These are the women that have been holding off. You know, they've been married for years and years. And during the marriage, they never let their husband hit it more than once a month, you know, or once a year. Sometimes these women, they save that for some other dude and they will have a loveless marriage. Probably not even sleep in the same bed. You know, the guy's sleeping on the couch, the woman's sleeping in the bed, she's texting other men and stuff. And so the divorce is going to happen whenever you're in a marriage like that where there's no romance at all. Of course the divorce is going to happen, and then all of a sudden now she's ready to get plowed. But here's the kicker. Okay, what these women do, and I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Put in the comments if you know what the hell I'm talking about. They will get these men to plow them, right? And then they will baby trap these men. I've seen these women wrap their legs around these men, trying to get them to insert their seed into them to get them pregnant. Because they collect these men like Pokemon. They want to have as many men with as many babies to get all that free money. So, of course, she's looking for another guy to pump her. I mean, she's looking to have another kid. She just got the divorce, so she's getting the alimony. She's getting the child support from that one. Now it's time for her to level up again. Don't fall for this shit.